Hello, everyone. Today I decided to talk about some really serious, yet completely elusive things. Like, for example, happiness. So, happiness in Old Slavic literally translates as a good fate. Basically, it means you have something, and it's enough for you. That's how it was for our ancestors. But of course, in the modern world, it's not quite like that anymore. All of this, guys, is processed in us with the help of chemical elements. Yeah. Dopamine, endorphins, and serotonin. So basically, thanks to all of this, we feel happy. So, what does anyone actually need? Well, for example, a woman. She only needs one thing to be happy. Bahaha, yeah. But every day, it has to be something new. So, for a man to be happy, well, what does he need? To sit with his friends by the river. A glass of beer in one hand, a fishing rod in the other, and the fish are biting nonstop. That's it. For a woman, well, to be happy with a man, she needs to understand him well and love him a little. So, for a man to be happy with a woman, he needs to love her very much. That's it. And not try to understand her at all. That's how it is. Really, if you actually want to be happy. So, how does that even work? Look at your cat. He's always happy. So, how come? Well, you might say, what kind of nonsense is that? Why, measure happiness in cats and dogs. That's it. How else? What are you going to pet in the evening? Money bills or something? Our little furry ones. Also, scientists have found that to be happy, everyone needs 8 kisses a day. 1, 7 minutes of, loving hugs. 2, 2 chocolate bars and 3 cups of coffee. That's it. And, a Maybach and $335,000 in cash. Then everything will definitely be just fine. And, for example, to make a girl happy, you need to give her a horseshoe, Break all her plates. For good luck. That's it. Well, there are other uses for horseshoes too. For example, you can nail them to your own feet and work. Then you'll definitely find happiness. In general, of course, happiness is when you have everything, you don't want anything, and you're still free. But really, how do you know if you're truly happy? Well, if you ended up in the past, you definitely wouldn't want to change anything. That means you did everything right, and you have everything you need. If happiness still hasn't come to you, it just means it's really big and it's making its way to you in tiny little steps. Turns out, sometimes all it takes to be happy is to sleep in until noon, eat some delicious food, and hug someone you love. That's it. And if that doesn't help, just get drunk. Actually, you can spot truly happy people right away. They all end up in the same hospital ward. And actually, a survey showed that 85% of respondents were happy. The remaining 15% were just sober at the time of the survey. Also, smart people say, don't be afraid of your happiness, scare it yourself. Honestly, I'm not much of a master of my own happiness. I keep hitting my fingers every other time. They also say you can't buy happiness. But you can buy a yacht and sail a little closer to it. Also, happiness is when you walk past a pharmacy and the only thing you need there is condoms. Of course, everyone has their own recipe for happiness. For example, I wrote on my ceiling, I'll start running tomorrow. Every morning I wake up, look up, and think, oh, that's great. It's tomorrow. I can sleep a bit more today. And for example, Lucy lived in a happy marriage for 20 years, and it took her 5 husbands to do it. Well, if you're going to sleep through your happiness, at least do it with a beautiful woman. So it turns out the main thing is